Hello, welcome to highlights of the Stage 4 individual time trial here at the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift. The race of truth. Nowhere to hide, just you against the clock. And Sigrid Haugset leading the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift overall after that incredible stage win yesterday. Starting in Gevrey-Chambertin and taking in 21 kilometers before finishing in Dijon. That climb right in the centre of course, 1.8 kilometres in length at 6.9%. Lieke Nooyen was the early pace setter, crossing the line in a time of 27 minutes and 36 seconds. It put her to the top of the leaderboard. Zoe Backstead, the British national time trial champion, world under-23 champion, pushed her close at the intermediate time check as they came to the finish. Backstead went into second. In the end, it would be good enough for fourth place. Anna van der Breggen perhaps didn't have the time trial that she wanted, crossing the line in 28.39, losing a minute and 5 to Nooyen. How would that fare against the rest of the riders? Marlen Reusser, world individual time trial champion, the Swiss rider. This is where she excels. This is where she comes into her own. She was chasing the stage victory and the yellow jersey. She'd be looking to take it off the shoulders of Sigrid Haugset. Went through the intermediate time check, 19.87 seconds quicker. She was battling the wind on the descent that was just gusting through the buildings. She came in towards the finish and she went to the top of the leaderboard, but it was only 4 seconds with Lieke Nooyen putting in the time trial of her career. D-Day for defending champion Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, the incredible climber. This is not Ferrand-Prévot's favoured discipline. And out on the course, she was losing time, giving away 1:21 at the intermediate time check. Could she limit her losses on the descent in towards the finish? And the gap to Marlen Reusser ticked on the other side of 2 minutes. The French rider has got work to do as the race moves towards the mountains. Cassia Nuvia-Doma was putting in one of the time trials of her career. The 2024 winner coming in towards the finish and finishing just outside a minute behind Marlen Reusser and well in contention with the rest of the challengers. Elisa Longo-Borghini went through the intermediate split just 21 seconds down. But unfortunately, a bike change for the Italian with about 2 kilometers to go meant that she came into the finish just over a minute behind the stage winner. Cédrine Cabal also put in a great time trial. She crossed the line and finished in 6th place at this point, 54 seconds down. It would eventually be good enough for 7th. Third rider from the end to start, Demi Vollering. Could she challenge the time of Marlen Reusser? She put in a good intermediate time split. She was just over 20 seconds down, around where Elisa Longo-Borghini was. Vollering threw herself down the descent and really was pushing it to the limit in towards the finish. She saw the finish line ahead of her. She didn't knock Marlen Reusser off the top of the leaderboard, but she did manage to pull back some time and went into third. A blisteringly hot day, furnacy hot inside those aero helmets. Final rider to start, Sigrid Haugset. A great stage win yesterday, but 89 kilometers solo in the lead. The gap to Marlen Reusser, her yellow jersey, was starting to look like it was going to pass across to the Swiss rider as she came in towards the finish. The gap was going to be just over 3 minutes, but a day she will never forget, a day in the Maillot Jaune at the Tour de France. 40th career victory for Marlen Reusser. She takes it ahead of Lieke Nooyen and Demi Vollering with Backstead, Bregenwolder, Faulkner, Cabal, Klaas, Marcus and Longo-Borghini, our top 10. A Swiss start to the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift, and now a Swiss yellow jersey. Marlen Reusser pulls on the Maillot Jaune for the first time in her career. She now leads Demi Vollering by 14 seconds, Cabal by 54, Haugset, Longo-Borghini, Nuvia-Doma, Blasi, Van der Breggen, Niedermeyer and De Vries, our top 10.
It was a big goal this day we had in our mind since a long time. We were speaking about Project Dijon, we called it, and that it worked out is really, really nice.
Yeah, the goal for today was to minimize losses to riders like Demi, Anna van der Breggen, Marlene Reusser, Longo Borghini. So I hope that, it's of course also nice to be in front of Pauline, moving to like Mont Ventoux or at the harder stages. Honestly, I feel like from tomorrow on the stage race will properly start.
You've done pretty much the same time as most of the GC contenders, so from a general classification perspective, you must be pretty happy.
Yeah, I was quite surprised about it. My estimated time was about 27:30, so when I crossed the finish line it was 28, and I was like, ooh, I didn't have the radio because it was not working, so I had no clue where I was, so I was a bit disappointed, but then I started watching the times, so I was like, actually it's not that bad. I think the heat play a major role to everyone. Marlene, we know she's the best time trialist in the world, so I'm not surprised, but it's just amazing to see her. I think I'm quite happy to be still in the GC fight, at least with my time.
Honestly, I didn't think about if I take the yellow or not. I was quite, actually in the last part, I don't know if you could see, but there were wind gusts when there was no houses, and I had some trouble staying on the bike. No, I just was focused on my TT and to still, even with so much effort behind doing a little bit good corners, which was not too easy anymore, and I just finished my TT well. And then it's always when you're not starting last, then you have to wait until you really know. So I was just drinking, getting breath and waiting for the results.
What a day we have ahead of us on stage 5, 140 kilometers from Mâcon to Belleville-en-Beaujolais, 8 categorized climbs along the route, 2,900 meters of elevation. Don't miss it. This race is about to really come alive. Make sure you join us for more action for the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift tomorrow.